everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie and I have a small home business called Daily with Jules. Today we are on the last part of our series for my bead buying extravaganza that I did, and we are down to the children's bracelets that I'm going to make for the upcoming market. I had a little play around with the beads to come up with the designs. There's 3 different sizes, but basically all the same colors. And I thought it would be fun to maybe add some little charms to these. I think the kids would like that. So I'm gonna bring you around here and zoom in so you can see what I'm up to today. I have finished all of the children's bracelets. This is what I have left. Not much. So let's go through and see how we did and hang them up. So start with the pink. These ones I added just like some bows. Tried to do a little bit of variety. And then these ones have dolphins, little pink dolphins. And these ones have cute little Converse type of sneaker on them. And then we had some white beads, so we just did these very simple with the little one with the flower. And then this one had a pink flower. This one we did a little cat. And we had like the teal blue. And again, we did some bows, a couple of daisies, a little kitty cat, a dragonfly, and a little birdie. And when it came to the colorful beads, there was 3 different sizes. Actually, there was 4 different sizes. I kind of forgot about these little tiny ones. So I'll sort them that way. For the smaller ones, I just did a simple bracelet, really cute. And remember, I mentioned I did these a little smaller because they're kids. And then same thing for the next size up, just did some simple bracelets Then as we moved up in size, we did add some charms on these. This one has butterfly. Actually, I think had a couple butterflies, 3 different butterflies. And the little birdie again. And a little pink cat. And then we did a little blue flower with a little pearl in the center. And one of the little Converse sneakers. Oh, we have one more of that size. And one with a pink flower. Okay, then we get to the large beads. And these were fun. They are stretchy. So we did the pink dolphin. And let's see, we did one of those. I think we did every single, oh, we have 2 daisies. A smiley face. A little heart that says love. Our little sneaker. The little bird. I thought this charm was so cute. It's like a double heart. And then a big yellow flower. So that is it for the kids. And this is what we're down to. My trays are almost full there, which is a good thing. We are down to our turtles. So I probably won't do all of them, but these are the turtles. So we're gonna do the turtles, and I mentioned that I was going to do clay beads for that. And I have this as a mix already. I call it my Key West. And I was playing around with it, and these turtles have a little blue in them. So I wanted to add that in. So I added a little blue, and they also have some yellow. So I had a little play around with it just to see. I think that's gonna go well. That like that. That's what we're gonna do there. So we're gonna mix that up. And then we are down to the sea beads, green ones. And I think for those, I might do some words. This kind of gives me a Halloween vibe. So maybe some like spooky and boo, a couple of those. And that's what we're down to. So let's go ahead and mix up our beads here, our clay beads. Add in a little yellow and a little of that blue. Okay, so we're running out of space here on our display. So the last one we have to do is these really pretty sea beads. So I think we'll go ahead and try to use the bead spinner. I'm thinking for the O, maybe we can use one of these bright orange pumpkins. Okay, we have officially finished all of the bracelets from my first bead event that I went to. There's a lot here, so we're going to count them up and we're going to kind of see what I'm going to offer them for sale at my markets and see if it was worth the trip. I think it was. I had a lot of fun making them, thinking up different designs. Making some for the kids was kind of fun and different. But let me tidy up here a little bit and let me just show you what we have left as I go here. These are all we have left. I don't want to tip them up too much because I don't want to spill. But we have some spacers left, some turtles, and just a handful of the other beads. I will say I may not be in my seed bead era. I struggled a little bit with tying the knots on those and getting them kind of tangled up, but I'm not going to give up on them. I love the color. I didn't want to make a lot of them because for the market, it's not just for Halloween, it's for the several seasons. So I just thought it'd be fun to do a few of them. So I'll show you how those came out because that was the last ones I did. And as you can see, I did not use all the seed beads. There's a lot. And I also did not use these, but I mentioned in a prior vlog that I probably was going to save these anyway. Our bead spinner up for the day. And then I believe I showed this also, but we'll have another look. This was the actual glass beads. That's all I ended up with. I used everything. So I'll probably combine those two, but overall, I think we did really good using all that we had. I did use a few charms that I had on hand, a couple of different spacers, but for the most part, I tried to stay using everything that I had purchased. All right, so let's get our notebook out. This cutie right here, shameless plug. This is in my shop. This is original design. I'm in Florida, so it was inspired by the Keys. And it's a two-sided notebook. Love using it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some different price ranges. We're going to have some fun in the upcoming vlogs putting together all the signage and things like that. I'm changing it up a little bit. But I think for the glass beads, I'm going to price those at $5. So our first category is glass beads at $5. So let's go ahead and count those up. And this will be good too because I can update my website at the same time. So this will be for good inventory control here with silver spacers. And these ones here have the gold spacers. Okay, and then we have some green ones here. Some have spacers, some don't. Okay, and then we get to these turquoise blue. If you want, go ahead and pop in the comments how many you think we're going to end up with. I'll add them all up so we know what we're looking at here. But it might be kind of fun to guess. I think I have an idea because I tried to do them in certain sets, but then I didn't have as many beads on some. So I might have lost count a little bit. Okay, and then we have these yellow, I call it a golden yellow with the spacers. And then we have some nice fall colors. I'm not sure if these show up, but these do have a bit of a sparkle to them, kind of a rust color. And these are more of a deep, rich brown, and I used a gold spacer. These ones here are fun. They match with different colors. So you got some grays, some rust, some brown. Okay, then we got our pretty purple. This one had the multi-colored greens and purples. I thought that was really different. And then with the leftover purple, I was able to make two by themselves. And of course we have the crystals, which again in the last vlog I mentioned, these were a little on the pricey side, so definitely can't sell those for $5. These are probably going to be, honestly, these have to be 10 because that's how much the crystals, I mean, that's just barely. So let's make a different category. And while I'm here, I'll grab the golden yellow. Again, we call it a golden yellow, so we'll add that to that. And this is like a creamy yellow, nice fall colors here. Okay, and then I think this is the last of the glass ones. Okay, so let's add those up. I do have to use my calculator, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the children's, and I think the children's I am going to do at $3. And most of these have a little charm, some do not, so you can mix and match. And there was 4 different sizes. Originally I thought there was 3, but there's one's definitely a size down. So I just made them a plain multicolored bracelet, which I still think is cute. Okay, and then we had just a few of the small beads, and that made 4 of those. And then we had the teal, and I tried to make these a little fun. I put bows on this one. And then all of these have cute little charms on them. And then we had just a few of the white. Again, put some fun charms. Was the seed beads. They were fun. I ended up adding like a green smiley in the Halloween in the middle for the O, and added a couple bigger seed beads at the end, and then those green ones in the back. So I did, let's see, 2 of the Halloween, and then I did a Halloween with an orange pumpkin, and then I did spooky with 2 of the green smiley faces, and then just a plain spooky and a boot. And I think I'll do those at $4. And then last but not least is our cute little turtles. I used clay beads because the colors really matched. I already had, I think I showed earlier in this vlog, what I call the Key West color. And then I just added yellows and blues in there. So I made 1, 2, 3, 12 of those. And for those, I think they have a charm and the clay beads. I think I'll do those for $3. Okay, so now let's add up our totals. Okay, we did 170 bracelets. That's what it came out to. And if I offer them for the prices I mentioned, that'll be $754. And what I spent was $321. That'll be $433 profit. So it's a little bit more than 50%. And I guess they say you should be at 50% profit for your time. So I don't know. I just had a really good time making them. I think the price points are reasonable. The only one that may not go as quickly is, of course, the crystal ones. That would take a specific buyer just because they are a little pricier. They're beautiful, but they would have to be the right person. But I think all the other ones are within a good price range. But please in the comments let me know what you think. And thank you so much for joining this series of my bead extravaganza. I think they're beautiful all put out. And I think I'm going to have plenty for markets coming up. Plus all the other ones I've already made prior to that. So I think we have a great variety and it'll display very well. So that's it for today. Again, thank you so much. And if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up. Bye for now.